So basically, how the elder was saying, you know, everything that the wicked devise against us is going to fall right back on them. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 51. I'm gonna start at 22. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the treasures of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it in the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said into thy soul, bow down that we may go over. Thou hast laid thy body as the ground, as the streets to them that went over, slacking." So basically, you know what I'm saying, so the affliction that we went through in these times, you know, it's going to turn it right back around on them, the wicked nation, just like how he said, the plague that came on my people I shall bring on the Egyptians. Right. Basically, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, man. Go ahead, brother. And the cup.
Come on.
Yep.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 27. I'm going to start at verse 25. "Whoso casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head.
That's right, man.
And a deceitful stroke
You get in Genesis?
Shall make wounds. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein.
Right.
And he that set up a trap shall be taken therein.
What are you speaking of?
God. So just like the brother, this just to back up the brother Canuck, man. Just like he was speaking on, these Edomites, man, all these sets, these traps that they set for the children of Israel, their philosophies, you know, the RFID microchip, their New World Order is going to fail, man. All that stuff is going to fall upon their own head, and they're going to be taken therein with all the wicked devices that they imagine against the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans,
right,
which make up the 12 tribes of Israel, man.
Right, and the missiles going to burn their ass up. They the ones that really came up with the missile, the United States. And now it's going to be used on them by these nations.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 20. It says, "They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, and our wives and children, and to spoil us. But we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them." So just like the brothers were saying, man, you know,
Genesis 50 and 20.
Just like all these heathen nations trying to overthrow us, what they got in hand for us, man, you know, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua go use it against them. All right, so the table is going to turn in our hands in that time.
And that's crazy because really, Obadiah 1 and 18 is really what they've been trying to do to us for the longest time. They've been trying to wipe Israel off from being a nation. Like the Lord allowed them to do it from a state of mind, so we would discontinue from our heritage. But they've also been trying to do that, filter us out. You know what I'm saying? They weren't going to just, the Lord was going to let them just come through and do a mass killing of all of us, so where we wouldn't be, that we'd be, like, our bloodline would be discontinued from the earth. But, you know what I'm saying? They've been trying to slowly filter us out of the earth. You know, but it's going to turn right back around upon them.
Yep.
You know, because, like, if you think about it, you got Planned Parenthood, only in the hoods. It's the same thing when the Pharaoh said, kill all the men of Israel, so that seed can't be planted, so that seed won't exist on the earth no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, point.
And I just got a quick point real quick, and this is the reason why he's going to destroy the nation, starting with the so-called white man, especially him. He's going to destroy the so-called white man off the face of the earth because he touched the apple of his eye, and I'm going to get this priesthood. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye."
Right.
And that's the whole reason Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to destroy the so-called white man and the rest of these heathen nations. The so-called white man going to be, that's it for him after his thousands of years of slavery. That's it. There's going to be no more bodies for their spirit to go in and dwell in. For the rest of the other heathen nations, they're going into slavery, man. And they're going to be subject under the children of Israel. Because the earth was already made for our sakes, man.
Right. Hey, bring it in real quick. And you can break it down. Genesis 50 and 20. Read as strong as you can. Go ahead, brother.
But as for you,
read where you at.
Call it out.
Call it out.
Oh, where you at?
oh yeah, Genesis 50 and 20.
Come on.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but Yahweh meant until good to bring to pass as it is this day.
That's right, man.
To save
You can back him up. Read it again.
Read it again, yes.
You can bring it. Yeah, you can read it up. A little clearer for him.
Read it one more time.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good.
Hey, that's clear, man. That's beautiful. You know, what the world meant evil for us, the Lord meant it for good. Because why? The Lord controls the ways of man. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
And another thing, man, real quick, with Shaw, he chastised us, man. He chastised the ones he loved. That's the whole reason of us going into slavery, man, is a chastisement. Because our Father, he really do have care of his people, his children, man. And we the apple of his eye. We the light of his inheritance, man. So therefore, he can have care for us. That's why he whooped us like he did.
Right, and he wouldn't allow us to be destroyed because that would be just him destroying us. He said he's going to save us for his name's sake. Not only that, we give you certain situations, all right? When Joseph was sold off to the Arabs by his brethren, right, that was all the setup for us to be able to eat because of the 7 years of famine that was about to come in the land.
Right, that's what that scripture was talking about.
So, and not only that, when Jeremiah was thrown in the dungeon, he was thrown in the dungeon to preserve his life.
That's right.
All right? Okay. Now, us being over here in America, we're placed over here in America as a resting place until the time of judgment, for him to show his, you know what I'm saying, show his true power. Just like it said, the same thing, the reason why he made Pharaoh harden his heart and fill himself up with pride, right? Why? To show his power, man.
We're going to go into that too.
Okay.
Jeremiah 31 and 36.
He used all this affliction as a furnace of affliction, so that he could try us as gold is tried in the fire. So we can be, more valuable than gold and rubies and diamonds itself.
Be made perfect.
31 and 36.
Be made perfect.
Jeremiah 31 and 36. You ready? Yeah, go ahead. Let me make sure that's it on there. Go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 36. If those ordinances depart from
35.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Son.
Let me say the Lord never going to do away with Israel. Yep, go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name.
Right, so through the sun and the moon, that causes the tide, dealing with the waves or the tsunamis or whatever, dealing with the ocean. All right, the Lord uses the gravitational pulls to control what's upon the earth, and He uses the beams, gamma rays, or prism from the sun to build harvest and things like that during the day. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 36. If those ordinances depart,
those ordinances, meaning if that process stops going around the earth, which was put in order on the fourth day, right?
If those ordinances depart from before me,
which is never going to depart, go ahead.
Saith the Lord Yahweh, then thus, the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me,
right?
Forever.
So which is never going to happen, right? So he set the earth to be inhabited. He set everything in motion. It's never going to stop. Where we at now? We got to get back to Maccabees, second Maccabees. But bring it though. You got to come on with it.
All right.
Second Maccabees 6 and 1. We got to go to 12 because that's where the point at. But
all right.
Oh, that was me. That had second Maccabees 6 and 1. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Either one. It's up to you.
No, you get it.
All right. This is the book of second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of Yahweh.
Right, so not to live after the laws of the Most High. Alright, go ahead.
And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem.
Right, and they did that in 168 BC when Antiochus came back from laying the siege on Egypt, you know, and Jason he took what's his name, Menelaus, which is a Greek, a sellout, that was put in, a puppet ruler that was put in place by Antiochus IV. Jason gathered a bunch of men and went against Menelaus because he thought that Antiochus was dead. There was a rumor going around. So when Antiochus heard it, he said, "Oh shit, yeah, man, I ain't dead. I'm gonna make it." He said he thought they was about to revolt, and he was the main one pushing this paganism on our people. All right, and he thought everybody was gonna revolt against that. So that's when he said, "You know what? I'm going down there and I'm gonna kill anybody that celebrates the holy days, the laws, to keep the laws." All right, and he also put up his idol Zeus in the temple. You got that in Google?
I got a precept.
You can just read that first part.
Just read the first part?
Yeah.
Alright, this is Antiochus the fourth Epiphanes. It says, was a Hellenistic Greek king of the Seleucid Empire from 175 BC until his death in 164 BC.
Right, and the Lord killed him, all right, in 164, after the temple was rededicated in 165. All right, that's what you call Hanukkah. Now, Hellenistic period, all right, that's when Hellen means what? A pagan. All right, and pagan means what? A descendant of Zeus, all right, or Satan. Now, that's what they were. They were Hellenistic, and they started pushing that shit on our people at this time, all right? That's when our people became what? Hellenized. All right, go ahead.
It says he was the son of King Antiochus III the Great, who his original name was Mithridates. I said it right.
Mithridates.
Mithridates.
Yeah.
It says assumed the name of Antiochus after he ascended the throne. It says a notable event during the reign of Antiochus IV, including his near conquest of Egypt.
Okay.
Alright,
there you go. Read that one.
Jump down to it.
Yeah.
It says Antiochus IV Epiphanes. It says in Greek, it says God manifest, also called Antiochus Epiphanes.
Right, that's what he called himself. God manifest. You're a demon, man. Antiochus, go ahead.
He was born 215 BC, died in 164. It says Tabay, Iran, Seleucus king of the Hellenistic Syrian kingdom, who reigned from 165 to 164 BC as a ruler.
That's a good point.
He was best known for his encouragement of Greek culture and institution.
Right. So he was the one that He was the one that instituted their Greek customs and paganism amongst all the nations at that time. All right. And he was the one that was going against our customs, man. That's why I said out of them came a wicked root, man. Alright, go ahead, brother, quick as you can.
Alright, this is 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites contended to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
Right, and that's 175 BC. When he came into power, most of our people sold out. Right, and then in 168, they said, "Hey, man, why don't you go down and make them pagans as well, like us? Like not like me, but like them guys." 2/3, right? I want y'all to make that clip. So
I got him.
So the Hellenistic Jews were saying, "Hey, why don't you go Hellenize them just like us?" Because they were hating. Right, they were looked at with disgust by the men that was in the truth.
Hellenized hate.
And that's when you had the Pharisees and the Sadducees created after that. Alright? With the Sadducees kept on the Greek customs and added it into the law. And the Pharisees, they stuck to the law. Alright? And they believed that keeping the law strictly. Yeah, they circumcised themselves and all that to be saved, to be in the faith. The Sadducees, they believed in Greek customs, Hellenistic customs, mixed in with our beliefs, such as they didn't believe in reincarnation anymore, and they didn't believe in the spirit, that you had spirit and shit like that. That's what Greeks believed. All right.
Christians.
So that would make like Constantine the Great sort of like a Sadducee.
Yeah. Yeah, he was more of a Sadducee.
Yeah.
IUIC, they're Pharisees.
Wicked Pharisees.
Scribes and shit. Scribes are mostly Pharisees, yeah.
This is 1 Maccabees 1:11. It says, "In those days went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, Let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have much sorrow."
Well, that's right, man. And that's what happened, man. Go ahead if you want.
So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathens.
So they wanted to do it. All right, and later on when you read in Maccabees, they say, hey, when's you gonna make them like us? All right, they need to be like us. And that's when he put hell on our people in 168 BC. All right, it's called the sack of Jerusalem.
You're gonna have that happen again. This is where they were talking about doing the gym thing, like to being able to, you had to have a certain license to do certain things, right? But if you fast forward it to today, right, you're gonna have to be able to take the chip to do the ordinance of the heathen in this time.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So that same spirit is gonna be placed upon you. You're gonna have Jake trying to persuade other Jake, man, go ahead and take the chip. That's not the mark of the beast.
Yeah, rappers.
Pastors.
Yep, pastors.
IUIC.
Your family.
Neat.
IUIC.
G-O-C-C.
Yeah, man. All right, where we at now? Maccabees, second Maccabees.
I got the second Maccabees.
My brother, go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna start at verse 1. Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 1.
Oh, we can start where you was at.
Okay. Alright, verse 2. And to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem.
They polluted the temple by putting what? He didn't destroy the temple here. That's what some people will say out there in the churches. But he didn't destroy it. What happened was he polluted it. Alright? Trashed it, broke the shit up. Tore down part of it, you know, the walls and stuff like that, and also put up his statue of Zeus. Abomination, go ahead.
And to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus.
See that? Jupiter is Zeus. Okay? So they call our temple the city of peace, our motherland, Jerusalem. You know? That our people fought for. Alright, go ahead, brother. They call that the damn temple of Olympus and shit.
And that in Gerizim.
Gerizim, yep.
Of Jupiter, the defender of strangers.
Right, so they started putting what? Troops in that place. Alright, that's when Antiochus put troops down there. They set up a garrison, okay, of soldiers that believed in Zeus. Go ahead.
As they did desire that dwelt in the place.
Right, as they did desire that dwelt in the place. So like the brother said, 2/3 of our people that were selling out, they wanted protection from Antiochus. So they said, send your police. Go ahead.
The coming in of this mischief
You good?
was sore and grievous to the people.
So the coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the righteous people. Alright? That's what's going to be to us. It's grievous to us today. To see the new world order being created. But if your spirit in this world, you're of this world. Alright? If you're of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, you're going to hate wickedness. And you're going to sigh and cry for all the abominations done in this there.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of them that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, that's what the Lord is saying to the angels. You know, and we do that too, by fishing. Alright? You mark them for judgment, or we mark them for salvation. And the angels give you that ability. Alright? The angels mark you for salvation, or they marking you for judgment. Marking you as part of the world, or they marking you with the Tawah, the mark of exemption. Alright? Or you're going to get that mark of the beast.
It's either the Tawah or the Quran.
Right. Or the Kwai. Or the Kwai. That's the Hebrew word. Alright, for a stick or a prick.
I got a
Kwai.
I need to keep that.
This is James chapter 4, verse 4. It says, Ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High. So basically, if you want to be of this world, basically we see with 2/3 of our people, they want to be of this world. They want to follow after the heathen custom. Back in the ancient times, what they was doing with Antiochus IV, you basically an enemy. You was an enemy back then, and you still an enemy until Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So what do you think that when the Lord Yahweh Shai himself come back, what do you think he's going to do to you? He's going to destroy you. All right? Because why? You're still filthy.
Yep. It happened to Esau today. They setting themselves up to be God, right? It's like Antiochus, he calls himself God manifest.
John 17:9. Well, let me get this one. This Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
Yeah. Right, we're going to bring this out again later. I don't have it, but we're going to bring it out again later. Because that's what's about to happen. The Lord going to cast lot, and the lot has been given to us. The lot has fell on us to rule now. Right, the lot was on them for Esau to have the earth. Now that lot, just like Haman during the time of Esther, everything that he owned was given to Mordecai. And we represent Mordecai today in the spirit. All right. That was it.
Shall I look up his name?
He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? It's backing the brother up for how he was talking about. If you're a friend of this word, it's you're an enemy to the Most High. All right. This is John 17:9. It says, "I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine." So basically, he's showing the separation, casting the lot, separating the sheep from the goat. Who's of the devil and who's of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
And may I make Babaka Shah, and that also shows, it says the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, right, which is Esau. Esau in rulership and power, all right? But you have some false camps like Geo-Sissies, they saying that the fallen angels are controlling the world. That's off, man. Alright, we are the risen fallen angels that fell from our first estate, man. Alright? So
and the only thing you have control in this world is the left hand side of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the spiritual counterpart, which is Satan, which means adversary. But he operates under the strict order of the Most High. That's just it.
He's basically a steward.
oh my God.
Because you can't say that an angel in the realm of heaven, that saying that angels fallen from heaven because he's saying that there's sin in heaven. That's saying that Yahweh can sin. That's saying that Yahweh can sin, and that's just straight foolishness.
Then there would be no reason for righteousness. Why are you going to bring heaven on earth when this heaven would be subject to sin? That doesn't make any sense.
You just gonna have another earth. You have another America, another Babylon.